because he too said he was the greatest. And it was true.
What color is he, Joe?
Why am I the greatest? Because I say I'm the damn greatest. Not because I say I'm the greatest, but because it's true. I am the greatest that has ever lived in the world. Anything to do with sales and business and finance, I am the greatest in the world. I am not the greatest with Cutco knives, I admit. But I am the greatest when it comes to handling objections. I can slice the objection apart, fillet it like a catfish. Fillet it, I say fillet the objection until there is nothing left but a thin strip of meat that I drop onto the back of my tongue and I salivate on. This is my wife. This is my wife, also a little fish. She's been eating like a little whale.
Don't tell on me.
Stealing my food. This is the G&E show where we tell the truth about relationships. She's been like a little pig at my place, oinking around, eating everything she can get.
That wasn't true.
She brought home, admit it, admit it.
Oh, don't tell.
I am your priest. Admit what you did with the creamy cream or with the Krispy Kreme.
It's really too embarrassing.
She's stuffing donuts into her face.
Oh my God.
Two-fisted.
I didn't think you were watching.
Two-fisted. I'm like, I've not seen you put that much in your mouth since the last time we were together.
Do you think that is
Hey,
appropriate?
welcome to the G&E show. Welcome to the G&E show, okay? Welcome to the G&E show where anything goes. This is what it's like when you live with a guy like me. I say what I say what I want, I say what I mean, because I'm not mean. Because I'm transparent. They call me Mr. T. Mr. Transparent. Unlike this Hillary and this Donald hideout, lying, collaborating, criminal, both of them, garbage pits. How can you get to the top of the world? It's amazing to me. You get to the top of the freaking food chain, dude, and you act like the bottom, like lichen. Is lichen something?
What does that
Lichen
mean?
is something.
What does that mean?
Dude, these guys go to the top of the food chain like they're going for the biggest freaking office in the world, and they lie and they corrupt and they're terrible. I mean, it's unbelievable to me. If I did this in my business, I would be put in jail.
Well, you know what's interesting is you think House of Cards is so far-fetched, and then you watch the whole election cycle, and you're like, maybe it's really
Maybe
not.
it's not far-fetched, baby.
Okay, you
Maybe
know
it's
what I'm
not.
saying?
Hey,
Maybe.
today we're going to be talking about, Mama, what?
We are going to be talking about handling objections
Your spouse's
with your
objections.
spouse, your spouse's objections.
Somebody asked me, they said, hey, man, can you do your handling of your mastering objections, Grant? You're the greatest. I am the greatest. They said, can your mastering objections, masteringobjections.com, do you use that on Elena? She don't even know I'm using it on her, man. She read the rebuttal book that we created. Okay, if you haven't gotten your rebuttal book, by the way, can you pass me the rebuttal book? If you haven't gotten your rebuttal book, it's sitting in your email, folks. Okay, masteringobjections.com. We should have sent this out to you already. If not, you were sent two versions, by the way. You were sent the first one, the 125 pages, and we just updated it with 200 pages of 75 pages of pure rebuttals and then a bunch of closes. So if you haven't gotten that, it's in your email, masteringobjections.com. Also, those of you who purchased that, you can use this on your spouse, your kids, your customers. Saturday, you might know, you might not know, maybe you forgot.
What you
maybe
don't
you
know, now you know.
Whoa, you like Tupac.
Or
Tupac dead
B.I.G.
20 years ago to yesterday.
Or
If
Notorious.
he's actually dead, some people think Tupac's
Or
still
Biggie.
humping. Handling your spouse's objections, okay? I'm going to show you how to do that today using the content right out of the rebuttal book. If you've already purchased, if you've already invested, congratulations, by the way, you saved $500. Number one, the information you're going to get is priceless. But Saturday, we're doing a live event, a seminar from here where all I'm going to be talking about for 2 hours. If you've ever been to one of my seminars, 2 hours means what?
really means 4, 5.
Three, maybe. I'm not doing.
Which I
I'm not
try
doing-
to say, hey,
No,
Let's
no.
keep it, and he never
From 11
listens.
to
I say,
maybe
keep it on time,
11
he
to
never
1,
does.
11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Over-delivers.
I promise you, you'd have a good life. Did I
Yeah, you
over-deliver?
did. Oh, yeah.
Dude, what happened to that scrape on your nose? You want to tell everybody?
There's only 3 days left to register for MasteringObjections.com with Grant Cardone. Handle every objection, become a master closer, and know how to close the deal. Sign up right now at MasteringObjections.com. That's MasteringObjections.com.
Being married to an entrepreneur is hard work, but it's worth it when it works.
You got your hands full every day like I do. You got kids, you got a marriage that you're trying to work, a business that you're trying to make work.
And finding time for the kids and keeping it spontaneous. Boy, that was good last night.
Nobody teaches you how to manage a business or manage a relationship or marriage. Everybody's just trying to do the best that they can. The purpose of the show is to give you some tools on how to make the marriage and the business work. We don't do it perfect, but we're figuring it out.
Hey,
Dingling,
hey,
baby.
welcome to the G&E show. Grant Cardone and Miss Elena at Elena Cardone. Can we shift this little phone just a tad this way?
What are
Welcome
we
to the
doing here today?
Dude, we're talking about how to handle your
Spouse's
wife's
objection.
objections because you
Oh.
guys know
It's the wife show. Okay.
it's the wife
I
that
like
objects.
this.
Men do not object as much as wives do.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
You guys agree with that?
Yeah, 100%.
Women
Yeah.
women complain more than men do.
Some.
Do you agree or disagree?
I'm figuring it out.
I'd like to know. Hey,
Honestly, I did have a boyfriend who complained more than
but
me.
he wasn't a man.
Yeah,
he
that's
was a
right.
bitch.
True
He
that.
was a little bitch. I
True
met that
that.
dude. Larry,
that.
Larry, if you're watching, you a little bitch, Larry.
All right.
Always have been, always will be.
It's true.
And by the way,
It's
Larry,
true.
Larry, you remember that time I put you on that freaking billiards table, bro? And I closed my eyes and I beat you game after game after game after game. I was literally taking shots like this. Bing! Larry, smoked you.
That
If you
was
had
really
any
a
money,
good moment for
If
me.
you had any money, bitch, I would have taken all of it, but you didn't have any money, okay? All right, so look, I think women object to their husbands more than husbands object to their women. I think there's a reason
that
why.
could be true.
And by the way, I think there's an important understanding why that would be, if it is, because the same thing would happen to you in sales. Where men,
Women have high expectations, and we want,
Yeah.
somebody to deliver the goods.
I think in sales, a woman is less likely to negotiate, but she would ask more questions and complain more. A man wants to negotiate more because he thinks it's his role, but he wouldn't ask smart questions. It's just an observation I made. Now, when you get to other cultures, Chinese, Japanese, Indians, all of a sudden things start changing a little bit, okay? Armenians versus Russians, negotiating with a freaking Armenian. Whee! You're
You
in for
gotta
a
have your
ride,
skill
dog.
up.
Okay, so you guys need to know this stuff. But look, if you can't negotiate with the thing that you spank,
What the hey is happening to you today?
I'm just saying,
You
if
better
you-
put it in check, homie.
if you can't handle the objections from the chick you sleep with or the guy you sleep next to, how you gonna what's one of your objections? Give me some of your objections. We wrote some of these.
Okay, you wrote some down, which I don't know. Do you think I
I'm
really
a master
object?
at this, folks.
I
I'll just
really-
tell you right now.
I don't
okay?
think I object to much, honestly.
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
Yeah.
like what?
But they're not really objections. In your case, they're what you need to know about objections, which most objections are not objections, they're complaints, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Muhammad Ali was famous for saying, "I am the greatest." And this is true about me. When I first heard that, I'm like, dude, one day I'm going to get so good at something, I'm going to be able to say, "I am the greatest."
I don't object to that.
Okay, and by the way, okay, I can say that and know it's true. It's not even arrogance. By the way, it's not boasting if it's true. Okay, so look, handling your spouse's
Yeah,
objections.
what are
The
my
first
objections?
thing to
I
do.
think I'm pretty cool.
You are cool, dude. That doesn't mean you don't object.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Like,
got
okay.
number one thing in handling objections is you got to know it's your responsibility, not hers. Number two, you got to know what they are. Okay, I'm giving you the tips. I'm giving you some tips to our upcoming event. Responsibility. You're fully responsible. You create every one of them. For one of her objections is
Well,
you don't like mine.
driving.
Driving. You drive too fast. You're not paying attention.
Well, I
That's
mean-
really what you're texting while you drive.
Oh, I hate
I'm not
that.
texting, dude. I'm tweeting.
He's like, I'm trying to make us money, and you're
I'm
trying
trying
to
to-
suppress me. I'm like, we're going 100 on the freeway.
Yeah. So,
Focus.
So, hey, you work too much. She does not do this, but I know some of your spouses do.
Yeah,
Is that one
good.
you hear?
Thanks for.
Okay. Spending too much money. I get emails every day. Hey, my wife thinks I'm spending too much money on the expansion of my business. The husband thinks, the wife writes me, my husband thinks I'm spending too much money on purses. No woman, by the way, can ever spend too much money on purses. Never. Okay? Can't happen, dude. Can't happen. The reason you think she's spending too much money on purses is because you don't make enough money. So you're being reminded, damn, I don't make enough money to buy her that purse. Okay, that's why you cringe. Remember, go back to responsibility and awareness. Okay, I got to know who's responsible, and I got to be aware of the objection. Hey, you got to spend more time with the kids. I know she's gonna say that. If I don't show up for Scarlett's freaking thing at Chuck E. Cheese yesterday, I am responsible for her being able to throw on me what? Dude, you should have come to the Scarlett's.
Wait, no, but seriously.
Did I show up, champ?
Yeah, but seriously, I have to like.
And then what did I do when I got there?
You know,
I played
it
games
was
the whole time.
amazing. But listen, but seriously, that's not one of my objections.
I'm not saying
I
you do.
covered for
I'm
you.
not
I was
saying-
like,
I'm not
dude,
saying
he
you
doesn't
do.
even need to come.
I know, but I'm not saying you do. I'm saying I prevented it from happening by showing up.
Well,
Why
no,
give?
you actually like raised the bar.
You
because
never listen.
I was
we
like-
never talk.
I was like, wait.
You
time
watch
out,
too much
time out.
football.
Let's tell a
You
story.
drink too much. I
Okay.
got to do these, okay? Hey, your driving sucks, okay? What else do you hear from your spouse? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say part of like how we work together and have each other's back is I was like, look, you don't need to come. I've got this. It's a play date at Chuck E. Cheese. You don't need to show up. But because you did show up, your stock went higher in my book.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm
so
gonna
you
use all that.
and that's protection for
That's
when
right.
you mess up later. I have
Yeah.
you've got reserves.
Yeah. So
'Cause
we're
I
going to talk
keep
about
calculations
you want
of
reserves.
everything.
You want reserves with your spouse. You want reserves with your kids. You want reserves with your clients, man. Okay. See, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are basically getting bashed with objections. The reason one of them is going to get away with it is because there's only two choices. In your world, there's way more than two choices. Okay. You'll never, unless you're the president of the United States, you can't get objections that are not handled and still become the president of the United States. One of those guys is going to pull it off because there's no competition. Only two choices. Stay with us. We're talking about how to handle your spouse's objections. And I'm greatest.
There's only 3 days left to register for MasteringObjections.com with Grant Cardone. Handle every objection, become a master closer, and know how to close the deal. Sign up right now at MasteringObjections.com. That's MasteringObjections.com. Too many people are being kept from their dreams by circumstances they couldn't control and mistakes from a long time ago. All they needed was a second chance or a fresh start. That's why Cash Now was created. Since 1997, Ray Abood, owner of Cash Now, has been the premier expert in home renovation and resale in the York tri-state area. Dedicated to premier customer service, getting the best deals at the lowest price, this is the only expert company you should deal with when it comes to buying and selling a home. Offering a 5-step home buying process, Ray and his team will ensure your needs are covered and get you closer to your dreams of buying a home in any city across the United States. To find out more on how you can get started on owning or selling a home, visit cashnowpa.com. That's cashnowpa.com to get started. Gaining financial independence is what every person seeks in today's world. With so many options when it comes to investing, it can be confusing to know what to do. Specialized IRA Services helps you know the right direction to go. Whether you are looking for a self-directed IRA, a retirement account, or need the know-how on funding a new business, Specialized IRA Services helps you gain control of your assets, your money, and your investments while being educated on the entire process. In removing Wall Street out of your investment, you can be sure to spend less on investment fees, taxes, and make more on your returns. Let the expert team at Specialized IRA Services help you transform your family legacy and secure your financial independence. Visit specializediraservices.com. That's specializediraservices.com to register for more info and receive a free ebook on your guide to financial freedom. That's specializediraservices.com.
We are back. You're watching the G&E show coming to you every Wednesday.
From
Today,
GCTV, man.
we are talking about mastering a spouse's objections. Take it away. You had a whole list.
Good. So look, let's say you get an objection. First thing you got to do is you got to be responsible.
Let's do- Yeah.
Every objection that you get, you need to know this. Every objection you get, you created. I know this is hard to think with, man. Okay? She says, let's say she's never said this to me.
Okay, good.
Well,
Thank
let's do
you.
the driving thing. 'cause
Let's
you've
do
said
the
that.
driving thing.
Okay, go
And,
ahead.
and
Go
I'll tell
ahead.
you
Go
how
ahead.
I handle it,
Go.
and then you say how you do. Okay, so you know how I handle you
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
objection.
Yeah.
Okay, you
yeah.
want to know how
Yeah.
I do it?
Yeah.
Based on
You
all
said
the
I'm driving
techniques
too much.
I've learned from you.
No,
Honestly.
How do you really do it, though? Because you don't really use
Okay,
my
you want to know
techniques.
what I? Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Let me tell you. You
don't
don't know
do it.
I was putting the spinny on you.
Okay.
How about when I did this? How about when you were all upset when I go, and you're like, God damn it, stop all that. You know, because you don't like when I get all scared
She
in the
gets all
car.
freaked out, dude, like we're on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah. And so he doesn't like when I do that. I don't like his driving. You see, we have a situation. So you know what I did? You know what I did?
What?
Because I'm the greatest.
No, you don't.
Yeah. I said, baby, after we've been through so many fights, I came up with a new tactic. And I said, boo-boo, you know your driving is good. See, I always agreed. I say, boo-boo, your driving is good. There's nothing wrong with your driving. You know what I've discovered?
Don't call me boo-boo.
You know what I've discovered?
You don't call me boo-boo.
I've
Is that real?
discovered-
Not in front of all these people, okay? Call me boo-boo. Call me boo-boo at home, but don't call me boo-boo.
Let me finish, because I am the
viewpoint on Grant
master.
has
Okay, I'm
changed
the
right there.
master. I say, look, I've discovered that I'm actually terrified. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a wuss.
She took responsibility.
I didn't say I take responsibility.
She
whatever
absorbs
that
all the
means.
power of the objection. You
I
understand?
actually did take responsibility. I put it all on me. Baby, I am a scaredy cat. Look, I have a problem. I have a situation. I'm going to try to be better. What can I do? I thought to myself,
Now,
I can
what am I
close
doing
my
right now?
eyes.
What am I doing
I can
right
close my eyes during certain situations so I don't have that thing, or I can look away because I have a natural instinct to go, ooh. Okay, so that's one thing that I do. But the other thing is, I flipped it on you. How can you help me? Can you help me by taking care of me, just protecting me until I get over
that's
this
good,
little
but
situation?
she's talking too long. Okay? She's talking too long because when you're handling somebody's objection, particularly a customer, you guys can't go on and on, because what you'll end up doing is you'll end up away from the sale. You want to come to a conclusion here. So she's got to get in step by step. Now watch how I'm going to tighten this thing down by having steps. If she actually had steps, she wouldn't get hung up in one place. First, don't interrupt her. Okay, she says, Grant, man, you're driving too fast. You're scaring me. Don't interrupt her. Hey, I'm with you. Okay, agree with her. I hear you completely. Okay, I understand. You're right. You're right. And by the way, I take full, total responsibility. You absorb the power. You take all the energy away from her about the objection. You're right. You're right. Okay, you got to agree with it. Price is too high. Payments are too high. I like the competition. I got to think about it. In this case, you're driving too fast. Hey, let me ask you something, baby. Other than me driving too fast, do you have any other objections about my driving?
Well, I can come up with one more.
What else is it?
Well, it appears to me that you're not considerate of other drivers and people on
You're
the road.
right. You're right. I agree with you
And
100%.
it's not just
Now,
me. Other people are flipping you off, so I know
Yeah,
it's not just me.
I agree with that too. I agree with that, okay? I like people saying hi to me, okay? I agree that I drive too fast, and I agree that I'm not always observing the other people around me. Is there any other, see, I'm going to go back and repeat this step now.
Okay.
Is there anything else, any other complaints you have, any other objections?
No, that's the only thing in our relationship.
The only thing.
One
So
of the
those
only
two
things.
those two things
If that was
wouldn't-
handled, I would be
Good.
a better everything.
Let me ask you this then. Those two things wouldn't keep you from being the passenger, would it?
Sometimes.
That would?
Yeah.
You want me to pull over and have you drive now?
Sure.
Okay, so maybe it's a valid objection. Maybe I find out it is a valid objection. Or maybe she says, no, it's really not that bad. Okay, she didn't do that in this case. But this is how you handle objections, not by saying, I'm not driving bad, which is what I do sometimes. You're a freaking scaredy cat. Okay, he didn't flip me off. He was saying hi. Okay, so look. If you can't, you guys and gals, friends, you have an opportunity to handle the people closest to you and help your relationship and practice your skills, but you got to know what they are. This is what they are. Listen, acknowledge, isolate, validate, and ask to discount the objection. That's when I say, hey, that wouldn't keep you from having me drive. It wouldn't keep you from you being the passenger. She told me one time, she's like, I hate you. She was really mad at me. I hate you. It was just one of these things, right? I hate you. I said, yeah, you know, why do you hate me, babe? Blah, 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 she tells me. I'm like, you're right. I am a terrible, cruel, criminal scumbag of a freaking husband, okay? And she starts laughing. It was over with right there, dude. All I had to do was absorb the blow, man. Just agree with the blow. Acknowledge, right?
Yeah.
We were cracking up laughing, in love. The next thing we're in bed having sex, okay? That's how you handle an objection successfully. By the way, if you don't have sex after the objection, you did not handle it properly. Okay, let's talk to Haley from California. Haley, what's up?
Hey, Grant.
Hey.
Hey, guys. How you been?
Good, Haley. Hey, we're good, Haley. Haley, are you married?
No.
No. Are you in a relationship of any kind?
Sort of?
What is the number one? Have you ever been in a relationship?
Yes.
What is the number, that last relationship, what was the number one objection that you got? Or
He wasn't really nice to me.
yeah, and that's what you told him?
Yeah.
And then what did he tell you? What did he always complain about?
He said that I always complained. He complained about not spending enough time with him, which I did every single day.
Yeah, good. Okay, but his reality is, hey, you don't spend enough time with me, right? And then you're like, yeah, dude, I spend time with you every day. You're an idiot. So boom, you guys go into conflict, validates the objection. The objection becomes more solid. So
Exactly.
the way to handle it, even when he's an idiot, which it sounds like he was, is that true?
Of course.
Right? So what you want to do is just listen to him. Yeah, I hear you, and then I'm going to answer your question. I hear you. I'm with you. Dude, you're totally right, man. I don't spend enough time with you.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I wanted to ask you something,
Yeah.
Grant. Because I wanted to ask, can I get a birthday shout out? It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, boo.
Haley.
You want to sing her a happy birthday?
No, I'm not such a good singer.
You're right. Hey, what birthday is it, Haley?
25.
Hey, wait, that's a big one. That's a big one. Happy
The
birthday,
quarter
Haley. Okay, happy
century.
birthday.
Woo, happy quarter.
Haley, what's your favorite social medium?
My favorite, Facebook.
Facebook. What's your Facebook handle?
My name, you mean?
Yeah.
Haley Hara.
Haley, Haley.
Nope. Hayli.
Hayli.
Harrah.
Okay. Hayli. Harrall.
AH.
Okay, so everybody
Harrah.
go to her Facebook page and wish her happy birthday, okay? Haley, big shout out, 25 years old, buddy. We're going to go to break, folks. We're talking about how to handle your objections. Call us. I want to hear what objection you need to handle from your spouse. Call us now.
TrueStim is hiring. We are seeking motivated sales reps in the United States and Canada to work in the growing, lucrative market of drug-free solutions for effective pain relief and muscle performance training. Do it while having fun and, most importantly, improving the quality of life for your customers. TrueStim offers aggressive pay plans, company incentive trips, and a fast opportunity for growth and advancement within the company. TrueStim trains its people on the #1 sales training platform in the world, Cardone University. The best knowledge for sales combined together with the best marketing systems, culture, and support in the industry. Visit truestim.com/careers. That's truestim.com/careers and get started right now. In life, anything can happen. Disasters, losses, unexpected things that are not part of your business plan. And when it does, the next step is to figure out how to get back to business as fast as possible. That's where Pride Public Adjuster steps in to properly manage your insurance claim, create a strategic recovery plan, and get you everything you are entitled to from your insurance company. Our experts ensure that your insurance company will restore you to pre-loss condition or better. Since Pride works strictly on contingency, there is no risk and we don't get paid until you get paid. We are the only public adjusting firm licensed in every state in the United States, utilizing our own in-house team of insurance professionals. We work exclusively for you, the policyholder, not the insurance company. Contact us today to receive a free claim review at prideadjusters.com. That's prideadjusters.com. Settle for everything with Pride. That's prideadjusters.com. Leave a mark in your neighborhood with a lasting impression. A professional landscape can deliver that and more. And the man to bring it to you is Steve Griggs. Awarded the National Best of Hows in Client Satisfaction in 2016 with clients such as Dr. Oz and the Palisades Center Mall in West Nyack. Steve Griggs is New York's best landscape designer. This isn't landscape design, this is lifestyle design. For more information, visit SteveGriggsDesign.com. That's SteveGriggsDesign.com. There's only 3 days left to register for MasteringObjections.com with Grant Cardone. Handle every objection, become a master closer, and know how to close the deal. Sign up right now at MasteringObjections.com. That's MasteringObjections.com.
Hey, welcome back to the G&E Show every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Miami Beach. Thousands and thousands of people join us for a show on the relationships when marriage and business collide. Okay. Now, Robert Sislow's with us. Robert's on the mic right now.
Hello.
Robert, now you've been with me. Mm-hmm. Do you consider me a bad driver, Robert?
Oh,
No, I don't. But I do have a story.
Yeah,
remember,
tell me.
let's
Remember-
hear the story, Robert.
we did the airplane, the air sign thing with when we left. You didn't want to go around the whole airport, so you drove across the whole median to the freeway.
Yeah, okay.
That was cool,
That's
though. I
just-
like that. I was like, that's
just a
ballsy
day
right there.
and
Yeah.
a life of, okay?
Do you remember
I
that?
have hundreds of those stories.
Yesterday we were out looking at an office, right? And I came out of this thing, and the way the traffic was, I would have had to go right and then get stuck in a bunch of
let's
stuff.
just-
So I just did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go down the one way.
Yeah, of course.
Now somebody's going to object to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I take responsibility for it. If a policeman would have pulled me over, what would I have said?
Write it
Dude,
up.
you're right, dude. You're right.
Write it up.
Okay,
Sign on the
I once
dotted
got a
line.
speeding ticket going through Arizona. I was going 140 miles an hour before the
Jesus.
cop hit me.
What kind of car did you have?
He got me as a brand new BMW 7 Series. And
Oh.
it was brand new, dude, and I'm blowing this thing out,
Oh, okay.
And the cop, I saw him on this side, and I'm going this way. I'm tracking
were
140.
you shaking? Because when I did 110, my legs were literally like this.
Yeah.
Did you feel the adrenaline
I don't
rush?
shake, dude.
You don't shake. Okay. All right.
Okay.
My adrenaline.
So anyway,
was
I saw the
shaking.
guy hit the whatever that middle thing is called. Okay.
Yeah, he went.
I knew he was coming to get me. I pulled over before he even got to me. Guy pulls out, gets over, he comes in. He's like, I said, dude, how fast you get me going? I handled the objection before he brought it up. Dude, I said, I got no reason for speeding except this is a brand new car. Okay, I know you're going to ask me
You have
why.
to break in the engine the way you plan on driving it. I
And
mean,
I'm like-
that's just common sense.
He's like, I got you for 132 miles an hour. I said, bro, I was going way faster than that. See, I basically suck all the energy out of the room, man. I just, I don't try to challenge him. I don't protest. I don't back. He's like, I said, it's a brand new car, man. Come on.
You have
Every
to
car,
break it
I
in.
gotta break a car.
Gotta break it
Okay,
in.
he's like, dude, you gotta slow down, man. I'm gonna give you one for 80.
Ooh.
Save me like, I don't know, $600. He could have
And
taken me
he
to
could
jail.
Yeah, reckless endangerment or whatever.
Okay, so how do you handle it? Number one, before you say anything, like if you guys, I'm gonna spend 2.5 hours on this Saturday. Before you say anything, there's two things you need to do. If you want to handle your wife, your kids, your teachers, or your customers' objections. Number one, take full responsibility for it. You are creating the objection. Okay? Number one, take responsibility. Number two, write them down. Everything that I got a list right here. This is what Elena says to me. She doesn't say this to me, but this other girl that had said this to me. You work too much.
Oh, yeah.
Spend too much money.
me.
More time with the kids. You never listen. She said that to me before. We never talk. She doesn't say that.
was actually gonna
Hey,
say
you
I
watch
do
too much
that one.
football. That's going to be coming. That's going to be coming. You hadn't been told that for about 6 months. They're going to be telling you that, man. Okay? You drink too much. Jared. Okay? Your driving sucks. Okay? She only tells me that when I'm in a car. And you never finish anything, which is what your friend gave me.
Yeah.
So if somebody said to me, if the wife said, hey, man, you never finish anything. Wife, you created that. Take responsibility for it.
What do you mean? Why are you putting it back on her?
If you have nothing to do with this, you can't change it. That's the problem with that. No, I didn't do anything. It's not me.
Yeah, that just opens up to an argument.
Then you can't change anything. If you are not willing to take responsibility for it, it will not change ever in your lifetime. You're going to replace this guy and get another guy or another girl or whatever. Okay, you're going to get transy. Okay, you're going to get something and they're not going to finish anything either. Or you're going to go work for somebody that doesn't finish anything. Okay, so what? First thing you do is you don't interrupt. That's a step. Listen. You can't listen if you're running your mouth. Okay, I hear you. I understand. I actually agree with you. Okay. Okay.
You got to be tricky on that, but you got to genuinely mean it. Otherwise, that is just an aggravation to hear that.
So the husband, wait a minute, the wife's saying to the husband, you don't finish anything.
Yeah, like the
He
the
should
things
say-
around the house.
And he should say, I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you're right.
Yes.
I don't finish anything.
That's right.
Okay,
Not open the door for a fight.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Even if he does finish things, because by the way, he does finish some things.
Yeah.
He slept all night. He brushed his teeth. He urinated. Put his clothes on. There's probably 1,000 things this guy finishes every day. Truth is, he's not finishing the things that bug her. So she's invalidating the fact that he does finish a bunch of things. You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're right. I don't finish a lot of things. I hear you. I take full responsibility for that. Let me ask you a question. Other than me not finishing a bunch of things, is there anything else I don't do correctly? Yeah. You know, when we're having sex, you never finish me.
Oh, stop it.
Whatever.
Good
Okay.
God.
Whatever.
Okay.
Or you don't spend enough time with the kids. Good. Now you
so
got what?
scandalous.
You don't finish things and the kids. Is there anything else? I agree with you. You're right. Because everybody's right, man. Don't you guys get it? Everybody's right about whatever they're saying. The weather sucks or the weather's great. Two people in the same freaking city. This weather sucks.
might love
This
the
weather's
rain.
great. They're both right.
That's right.
Okay. The economy's good. The economy's bad. Both people are right at the same time.
True.
So you got to let them be right, because if
Viewpoint,
you
right?
make them wrong,
Right.
you can't ever be right.
Ooh.
Okay. Frank from Kansas. I want to talk to Frankie
But
from
wait,
the
time out.
land
Can we
of
just
Oz.
tell them where they can see go to masteringobjections.com
Yeah.
on
Most of the
Saturday?
people here have already
Okay,
invested in it.
okay.
Masteringobjections.com is a $500 program.
Yeah.
Actually, it's $649. You get it for $49. Most of you have already gotten it. If you haven't gotten your rebuttal book, okay, this rebuttal book can handle wives, husbands, kids, teachers, politicians. Dude, it can handle anybody, okay? Anybody. Customers, $1 million deals, $9 million deals, $50 million. We closed a big deal yesterday.
Oh, wait.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Guy bought a deal from me. It was I paid $7 million for this deal. I sold it yesterday for $24.1 million. Pow! Okay, now $7 million plus I spent $2, so I'm in at $9. Sold it for $24. Plus I paid a big fee to pay the loan off earlier than the 10 years. That cost me another $2 million. We still made over $11 million on this one deal. Now, the guy that I was selling it to, when you know you are selling something for way more than you paid for it, they know it and you know it. You need to bring that objection. Take responsibility for it, man. Take the freaking air out of the room. I took responsibility. I'm like, guys, you offered me $24 million for the deal. You know what I paid for it, okay? You know what I paid for it. How can you even make sense of this? Man, because it's a
don't know,
good
that
deal
was-
for
that
us,
would've
even
been
at
my
that number.
tactic.
Nobody wants to ask the hard question. Because, man, we're still going to make this much money. Our plan is to spend another $4 million on it. I got 1,000 units in the marketplace. This is what the guy told me. He sat there and just puked all the data. I got 1,000 units in the marketplace. This adds 360 and increases my scale here. I got a bunch of managers. I can manage it for less money, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, okay, let's roll, bro. And they didn't unwind because I ask hard questions, because I take responsibility, and because I have a list of objections people would have, which might be, you're charging me too much. Let's talk to Frankie. Frank, what's up, baby? Frank.
Hey, King and Queen Cardone.
Come on, Frank.
Hey, this is Frank from Kansas, 10xmlm.com. Man, I love this subject because of the experiences I've been through, brother. Man, I just want to add in, I mean, you guys are killing it. You know, honestly, man, 5 years ago, I filed for a divorce on my wife, and I stopped and said, man, is this all her fault? And I took ownership, like, no, dang it. And I went to work, started understanding myself first,
Yep.
and then I could help her. And once she started buying in, once she saw some stability from me, you know, a lot of what you're talking about is like, I love it because maybe Elena's love language is acts of service. And it's, I found that when we were speaking to my wife in my language, it's like speaking Spanish to somebody that doesn't understand Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
And
blamers aren't changers, man.
Yes.
You can't.
Exactly.
The change agents on this planet are not the blamers. They're the doers, man. They go out and change stuff. They change stuff. They don't blame people.
Absolutely. The more ownership I took, the more problems I can solve, the
Yeah.
more people I can help. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Man, I love that. Good job, Frank.
Yeah. How's your marriage now, brother?
My man, it is, with the hurricanes and the storms, it has been beautiful. I mean,
You
my
almost got
wife
divorced.
and I have learned to rely on each other's strengths. I'm a highly logical person. She's a highly emotional.
Uh-huh.
The man that drove me nuts to begin with drove her nuts until I learned to appreciate that because she saw through things that I didn't see. The first time we meet people, I said, "Hey, baby, what'd you think about them?" Boom, she picks up on them. And I would have, I never got it. And she learned to rely on me for that strength and stability and the clear-mindedness. And so we're an actual team, not two individuals in a marriage.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, Frank, I really appreciate you calling in and sharing that, man. That's very inspirational.
Hey, I appreciate everything you guys do. The Frank Fell on Facebook, at 10XMLM on Twitter. Love you guys. Be great.
Thank
on Twitter,
you.
he's 10XMLM, man. 10X.
Oh, that's
he's
so
one of our friends, okay?
cool.
All right, let's talk to Ed from Texas. Texas is a big place.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. So I'll tell you, Grant, I sort of got to blame you for my little issue which is going to sound odd.
No, dude, I take full responsibility for your issue, whatever it is.
All right, well, good, because I like it, because you're just teaching us, right? So here's the deal. It's a time issue that we always have with everybody else. So I have a little consulting company, and so I travel quite a bit, and, but my time's limited when I come home, but I want to be home and do that. So I use the 10X planner, as everybody should, and got tons of them,
10X
old
planner.
schedules. And she was thumbing through one, and in there I put my intimacy time with my wife, because that's kind of how scheduled I am, thanks, Grant.
Yeah.
And she didn't really appreciate that. As those kind of things got to be scheduled if you're going to get it done, right? So the biggest objection is the time, and when am I going to stop hustling so much to have a little more of that unscheduled time?
Yeah. Yeah, so what's your question? Where to find the time?
The question is how to overcome some of the objections. I'm trying to build a company here. We're going to probably hit $1 million in revenue this year. And so I'm really spending a lot of time with that. And when I do have free time, I got to schedule that.
Yeah.
I got to schedule, hey, spend 3 hours with the kids tonight.
Yeah. Or I wonder if there's another way to do it, man, where you could actually start incorporating the kids and the wife into the business.
We've done a little bit of that. I do get to go to some pretty neat places with my clients, and so we do take them. We just got back from San Diego with the trip, and the kids spend all day with mom, and we spend the evening together. So we do a little bit of that, mostly focused on the home time.
Yeah.
And I'm at home.
Yeah.
And, overcoming some of those things.
Yeah, I just know, I know some of this is me and Elena have done a really good job at getting on the same page before all this. Maybe you got to go back and say, hey, what are we doing here? I think there's a lot of couples out there, and I get asked this question all the time. How do I get my wife on the same page like Elena appears to be? I mean, close friends are like, dude, how do I get my wife to do some of this stuff? Well, maybe she's not going to do some of the stuff you do, but maybe she will if she understands what the payoff is.
That's what I was going to say.
What's the play, man? The play is more time. The play is choices. The play is for the kids, So you got to find out, just like in a customer situation, guy wants to buy a car, or he wants me to do a plumbing job or a roof or an aquarium. Why? Why do you want an aquarium? Why do you want a car? What problem are you trying to solve? Why would your wife want you guys to go to $5 million or $10 million? Man, this thing is sharp. I just cut myself.
Jeez, don't do it again.
So I think you need to have
the
those
Elena
conversations, man. Find out what is her motivation. What is her motivation so that she's willing to pay some price. I think most people don't have goals big enough that they're interested in giving up the ball game this weekend or the comfort.
It is important to have goals and rewards set in place. Like, when we said we hit X amount, we were going to get a plane, remember? It took 10 years. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm listening.
It took 10, 11 years of us being on the same page. No vacations. We just had our first vacation since our honeymoon 12 years ago. That was amazing. And I'm not saying it has to be that long. You could go on a vacation with your wife for a night, or to a weekend or whatever, and still get your work
No,
done.
I think you
in
guys got to
between.
get on the same page, though, dude. No one night's going to change that right now. You got to get on the same page. You guys got to sit
but
down.
like,
You guys got to sit down and be singing off the same song sheet. Otherwise, one night will not solve the problem, because if you're not on the same page, the one night won't suffice.
Yeah, that's true.
Because she's going to be thinking about what happens tomorrow, what happens next week, okay? So, dude, I don't think you solve anything with one night. I think people need to get on the same damn page. Culture. Even the kids, man. Everybody should know what your mantra is, brother. I hope that helps.
It does. Hey, and I got a quick suggestion for you, too. You put out great material, with these webinars and things like that. I think you should involve Elena in some of that. Maybe do something on business and relationships, your family.
Yeah,
I know
dude.
it helped me, and I got a lot of clients that help as well.
Yeah, I got it, man. That's great suggestion, but I ain't going to be involving Elena in that, all right? Okay? Because she don't know what she's doing. Just saying, man. You guys are going to get the master. You're going to get the master
I'm the
Saturday.
puppeteer.
Okay? You're not going to get Jared. You're not going to get Elena. You're not going to get freaking anybody but the master. I am the greatest. The greatest that has ever lived, folks. It ain't Brian Tracy. It ain't Jeff Gittimer. It ain't
no.
I am the greatest.
G
and you
to
get
the
me.
C.
No, we ain't more watering this thing
no.
down.
Okay.
I am the greatest. Why would I water it down with somebody that ain't the greatest? She ain't the greatest. She
No,
just
I'm
sleeps
the
with me,
butterfly, okay? I flutter.
So Saturday, whatever you're doing, wherever you are,
11
join
a.m.
me.
Eastern Standard Time. Log on for 1 minute
Okay.
at masteringobjections.com.
Yes, ma'am. Order it now, masteringobjections.com. It's going to be a 2-hour live seminar. Okay. After the seminar is over, you guys have seen me do this enough time. All you got to do is go to my website. That seminar will go from $49 to $495 that day.
Oh,
So what I do, this
you're
is what
tough.
I do.
See, I told you he was
Dude,
tough.
there's 7 billion
You're
people on
tough.
this planet. Now,
You're
I'm going to gift it to. I'm going to gift it to a bunch of people, and then the day it's over with, okay, it's going to go back to $495, and we're going to sell it for years for $495. Sometimes we'll put it on half price. The lowest you're ever going to buy it for later is $249. Saturday, 2-hour live seminar. All you got to do is log in for 1 minute. Once you log in for 1 minute, you then own the platform. Plus, I'm going to send you the rebuttal book today. I'm going to send you Mastering Objections. 15 videos, and I'm going to give you the ebook, 54-page ebook. And Saturday, me and you and your people, if you just
We're gonna
log
have
in
a
for
little-
1 minute,
We're going to have a Mastering Objections party up in
promise
here.
you, it's going to be the single best webcast seminar live event you have ever attended in your damn life. Why do I say that?
Because you're the greatest.
Because I am the greatest.
Damn.
Number one, and number two, because it's true. Nobody knows more about handling objections systematically than I do. By the way, the objections you're hearing are not your problem. Okay? Me driving fast is not actually the issue. Me not paying attention is not the issue. If I fix those things right this second, she would have other issues. You understand what I'm saying? She would have other issues. Okay? The people you're dealing with got issues. And they're like, oh, you remind me about my issues.
Let's take another caller.
So that's not a bad thing about her. It's important for you to
I
take
definitely
responsibility.
have issues.
Everybody's got issues, man. Shane from York. By the way, your customers have issues. They got some serious issues.
That's not my favorite couple.
Come on, Shane. Come on. What's
come
up, my favorite
on.
Shane?
Looking with your fresh cut, the best objection couple. Look at you guys are fresh. I wanted to call and tell you I look forward to seeing you October the 1st. I told you the Shane training. And I'm going to be on 11 o'clock on Saturday for your Mastering Objections. And I love everything you guys are doing. My wife and I have our business together. It takes time to sell the wife or the husband when the other one's the leader. My wife, we started watching stuff together. She started seeing results. Like, Toe, great. They got to see results if they're going to follow.
Yeah, that's right. Who wants to follow somebody that's not getting results? You guys out there talking, hustle, hustle, hustle. Bro, that needs to show up in your checkbook. You're doing the hustle, hustle. It's got to show up in your game, dude. Like points, like baskets made.
Amen, man. That's just like someone asked me about real estate today, and I said, look, I'm getting in the game. I'm following Grant. And he said, look, go see what's around you. Go look at houses. Go open the paper. Y'all want to be fabulous, but you don't want to do the work. You want to be in the spotlight, but you don't want to do the grind.
Yeah,
Tell them,
yeah.
G. Tell them, Elena.
Come on, man. Everybody wants to have my body, but then they want to eat freaking,
Krispy Kreme.
Everybody wants my ass, but then everybody wants to eat the Krispy Kreme.
That's right, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna be on the show with you and Elena. I'm gonna be down in Florida October the 1st. Don't forget, we're hooking up together. We're definitely getting together. Y'all rock.
Yeah,
Thank
dude.
you,
I can't wait
Shane.
for it, Shane. Thanks, man. Miguel from Jacksonville.
No, Bridget. Damn. Bridget's been waiting
Too
longer.
late.
Bridget.
Miguel from Jacksonville.
Hello, Elena. How are you guys?
Good.
What's up, man? What's up, bro? What's your takeaway today? What you taking away from the
Honestly, I
show?
don't know how much to add. I mean, all these calls have hit right on the spot, but I guess I would ask this question to Elena. Elena, what was your mindset as far as you getting with Grant on, I guess, being a supportive spouse with the kids? What was your mindset when maybe things weren't cooking up as fast as you want them to be, as far as your goals being so high, and things aren't moving as fast as you want? How did you guys stay in alignment whenever challenges came up?
That's a hard question because I'm very motivated too, just in a completely different way. Like, I'm not motivated with the hustle and the work and that whole mindset. But
sounds weird when you
it
say
does,
that.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm very motivated to helping him do whatever it takes that he's got to do. So, I mean, during the challenges,
And she sees it
how
as
can
real.
can I help even more? Whether it's make sure he has food every certain couple of hours, or how can I cover for the kids so that he doesn't look like a bad father when he can't show up at a play date? You know, I don't care about those kind of things where I think other people put more significances on that, because if he does hang out with the kids for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's very meaningful and impactful. I don't need him to do like a 3-hour stint. Like, that's just not what I need. So during the hard times, we've been on the same page more because we're even more dependent on each other to get through it. So it's always been like, how can we help? What can we do? What has to happen?
Did they charge you for those, man?
No, man.
Oh, thank God, man. Okay. Jesus.
Does that help?
So yeah, you know, guys, you got to sit down and figure out what the big game is here, okay? If there's no big play, this is why everybody's giving up their goals. People don't have big plays. It's not a big dream. What's the big dream? What's the game-changing thing? What's the thing that you're like, oh my God, this is a life changer now, okay? I would get up in the middle of the night to go buy that one lottery ticket if it was big enough to change my life. And most people do not have the big dream laid out. Like I got it laid out with her. We know what the game is, okay? And it's not just about us consuming more trips or more money or a better place to live in. We want to help out. We want to influence people. She loves making friends.
I do. I want to help people. We've always been on the same page
You know,
with that.
we like going out. We like going to a place and being seen and making friends with new people. She likes that.
Yeah.
That means I need to like that, dude. Like, it gives her energy, right? It gives me energy too. So don't resist what your wife's complaining about. Don't resist what your husband's complaining about. It might be the door you need to walk through.
To make yourself better, which is what I was going to say. We constantly challenge each other to be better.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it's not just me doing the work, by the way, okay? She does the work. Don't kid yourself. She's training, she's doing courses, she's getting her own self-improvement, so she's unlocking her magic,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
as well. So it can't just be one person pulling and her just being a mom. You moms out there, I know y'all work your asses off. You do a lot, dude. It's unbelievable what you do. I mean, I don't want to do that deal. I'm a terrible mom. But
a great father.
But you got to keep improving yourself, and you can't just, your scorecard cannot just be the kids. That ain't a scorecard. My mom did that. That ain't fair. It's not fair to the mom. It's not fair to the kids. Mark, Texas, what's up?
It's supposed to be Bridget.
Bridget,
Hello?
if you're not first, be last.
We're going Bridget next.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, man, we doing great, man. We doing great, Mark.
Oh, fantastic. Look, you know, my wife is totally supportive. I'm busting out 60, 70 hours a week. She's got my back.
You doing 60-hour weeks,
I've
man?
been calling you guys a lot, doing 10Xs here.
Yeah, but hey, Mark,
trying
real quick, you're doing a 60-hour week?
Man, 60. If that's on an easy week, brother. I've worked on Labor Day. I flew my mom in from Nashville, Tennessee, and I had my sister she drove up from Austin, and I've got my nephew, nieces, brother-in-law, and my wife. I put my laptop and an additional monitor at the kitchen table and worked all through the weekend.
Dude, but so how many hours you work in a week? Because when you said you were working 60-hour a week, I remember when I had a part-time job.
Yeah, and I'm saying, Grant, I'm pushing and shoving. I got to the office today at 7 o'clock. I mean, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and continue to work all the time. I've got a 248-unit deal near Bachman Lake. I've got call for offers on that. Tomorrow, I've got 252 units I just brought to the market, and I do apologize. I called you guys a lot, but I had to get this deal in front of you. I'm talking about interior finishes and billing the tenants back for water and electric is going to put a lot of money in your pocket. It's near Jerry Jones' big, giant billion-dollar stadium. I've got General Motors there. They've got an assembly plant. They've increased they're expanding up to another 1.4 billion, adding crazy jobs. They're working around the clock, making Escalades.
How much is the deal, brother?
Look, I anticipate this deal trading for about $14 million. So we're looking at $55,000 to $60,000 per unit.
How much I got to spend on them?
Look, you can probably get away with spending less than, $4,000 per unit on this deal, man.
Yeah, so another $8 million.
To get the interiors up. Plus, Grant, you're going to make a killing when you bill back for water.
Bill back to what?
For water.
Bill back for water. Right now, the landlord is on the hook for water, so we're leaving a lot of meat on the bone on this deal.
Well, I ain't going to make that much, dude. I'm going to make $15 times $252.
$15?
How much you going to charge for water? By the way, you guys that don't know, I'm now doing a real estate show every Monday. So this is called a RUBS program. You're basically charging for utilities and charging it back to the client. Is it individually metered?
64 of the units are individually metered. Pitched roof.
Yeah, pitched roof.
Or you could just go all out and just change the rest of the building and have those separately metered.
Yeah. Okay, man. Well, I'm looking at the deal. Is it Garden Park?
It's Garden Park, Arlington, Texas, 252 units. I've got over, roughly $680,000 plus beyond that in recent renovations from 2014 up until the present. Okay.
Is this your deal, dude? Is this your deal? You're trying to sell your deal to me?
Sir?
Are you trying to sell this deal to me?
I'm trying to sell you this deal and everything else in Dallas and Fort Worth. Period.
Wow.
I'm going to bring you to Texas, and you're going to make a ton of money.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. Okay, man. Make sure. I think we got your number over here, right? Ben's got it. Yeah. I'm looking at the deal right now. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get back with you, Bridget from Minnesota.
Yes,
Bridget, what's up, Bridget?
I am sorry you've been on hold so long.
We love you, Bridget. Bridget, we saved the best for last, buddy.
That's right. Best for last.
Thank you. Hi, Auntie. Hi, Uncle D. How y'all doing this morning?
Good. Awesome. We're great.
Okay, so I have two objections, actually, and if you could make it really good, I have a new young hustler on the line by the name of Haley, and I am amping her to really explore your material. So here goes. When I was married, the objection was, we don't need that.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
We don't need that. Now that I'm in the dating pool, it's, oh, you want to go to Benihana? Your expectations are too high.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do you.
Yeah, well, you can't do me. Maybe once, real quick.
I don't know if that would.
Yeah, no.
That is considered an objection, but to me it sounds like no.
Yeah, no. Look, that I'm not trying to. I'm not going to try to handle that person's objections. Okay, they're just the wrong person for me. I've been told since I was 6 years old, man, you're dreaming too big, you're thinking too big, your expectations are too big. You know what? Those people, all they're doing, they're not talking about me, they're talking about themselves. They're trying to make sense of why a 6-year-old is thinking about being a businessman, and they quit on any idea of being a businessman.
Or anything, or their dream.
Or my mom would tell me, and my mom loved me to death, but my mom would tell me, oh yeah, after I tell her I'm gonna get rich one day, and she'd be like, I love you just the way you are. And I'm like,
right,
dude, yeah, but this ain't about you. This is about me. I want to be rich. Okay,
right. I want to be rich. I want it.
I'm not gonna even handle that second one because it sounds like a Larry to me.
Right.
It sounds like a punk. It sounds like a guy that can't even pay the bill.
More.
Hey, when the bill comes, can he even pick up the bill?
Some of them can, but just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this day and age, a lot of guys are just
Dude, it's not about this,
you know,
but
that is
look, it's not
so
about
wrong.
this day and age, okay? It's about the guy's a bitch,
Yeah.
okay?
That's
He's
right.
a little, all he can do is have a kid, he can't father one, okay?
Right.
He can do all the stuff before, but he can't be there afterwards. So look, that takes a man. There's not a lot of men, and there's not a lot of great women on this planet, by the way. There's just not a lot of great people.
Oh my God.
You know what that means? That means the great people, I am the greatest. The great people get paid. So if you guys, all of you listening right now, there's two groups on this planet. There's the greats and everybody else. And you guys got to decide what group you're going to be in, whether you're a receptionist or shipping or network marketing, a plumber, a wife, a kid, in school, out of school. How great can you get? Okay, so now to handle the other one, we don't need all that. What I'm going to do is what? I hear you. I'm with you. I agree with you. We don't need all that.
True. It
We
is
don't
so
need
true.
any of it.
We don't
dude.
need all of that.
Shit, we could move to fucking India and starve every day. Okay? We could move to some country where there's no water, no food, and no money, and no commerce, no clothes. Why don't we go to Africa where they run around with the things bobbling all over the place? Okay? See, what I do is I take, yeah, we don't need to be involved in network marketing. Somebody said, how do you handle the pyramid question? Man, it's a pyramid. You're right. It is a pyramid. Shit, pyramids been around since freaking Egypt, man. Okay? They're the greatest wonders in the universe, or pyramids. I figured out how to get to the top of a pyramid. Okay? I called you because I thought me and you would climb to the top. There's a bunch of damn gold up there. Okay? Now that I know you're not interested in the gold, okay, in meeting God and freedom, hell, I'll talk to somebody else, man. But let me ask you, other than it being that we don't need all that, I'm back to your objection, other than we don't need it, it's not necessary, is there anything else that would keep you from wanting more? See, and you put it back on them. You put it back on them. I'm going to go through these steps Saturday. I'm going to spend 2 hours walking through every
I love that. Anything else that would keep you from wanting more really flips it on them to be like,
first thing I did was take responsibility. We don't need all that. We don't need anything more. We don't need all that stuff. We don't need more money. We don't need more. We don't need a plane. Dude, I don't need who needs a plane? Damn, man. You don't need a plane until you need a plane. Right?
I needed a plane.
You don't need a first class seat until you got fat people on both sides of you, man, and you realize the trip's going to be 10 hours. Okay? You don't need anything, folks, until you need it. Jesus. You're right. You don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need any of that stuff. I'm with you, Bridget. Okay? Now, other than the fact that we don't need it, no. Other than the fact, Bridget, we don't need it, is there any other reason we wouldn't want more? Okay, so I'm just going to take. Yeah. So let's say the objection is price. You know, hey, the price is too high. I'm with you. I agree with you. You're right. I knew that before you did. Okay. Other than the price, is there any other reason you wouldn't buy it? No, it's just the price. Great. And the price, the price wouldn't keep you from doing it, would it? Now this is where we get really cool here, okay? It's very professional. Hey, the fact that we don't need it wouldn't keep you from wanting it, would it?
The fact that you don't need it wouldn't keep you from not wanting it.
So you see, this is why so many people on this planet living, particularly in America, this is why so many people in America have so much opportunity and so little to show for it. Because they gave up on it, man. Because the objection is in their own mind, man. It's like, we don't need all that. All he's saying is, I'm making sense of living on less than I deserve. So look, if you got Bridget, man, anything I can do to help you and your girl there, okay? Let me know. Tell her to follow me close. Stay close. I'm Uncle G. This is Elena. Miss Elena is the first lady.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, Auntie.
Hey, thank you, Bridget, for calling in. All right, really appreciate you. Folks, every Wednesday we bring you a show called The G&E Show. We take what we learn about our marriage and our partnership and apply it to your business. It's all the same, man. The most important business you're ever going to freaking have, okay, is your marriage. That's it. It is the most important one. It is the one that's going to make everything else work. She gives me so much energy, so much creativity, so much push, okay? Or she could give me the complete opposite, which I know is going on out there.
It could be draining.
Okay?
Oh,
I know you guys got
We've all
problems.
been in those relationships.
I know when me and her have a problem, man, I end up dragging over here to work, man. It's in my way all day, okay? So you got to handle it, man, okay? If you can't handle what you sleep with, you can't handle what you look at every day. It's just impossible. Handle it, man. Confront it. Take responsibility for what's going on, and don't stab yourself when somebody gives
With
you
the
a knife.
Elena knife,
By the
it
way,
says Elena.
I want to give you a
10X
big
Elena.
shout out. A big shout out to my
awesome.
friend who
Beautiful
sent
knife.
me these. My buddy sent me this. I had it right here.
Oh, sorry about
Is that
that.
it?
Nope, that's
It's
not
on the
it.
back. Okay.
Oh dear.
Guy sent me Cutco knives with 10X on it.
With our names.
Katie knows. Katie knows.
Okay.
I don't have it here. I don't have it. Okay.
Well, let's
so
wish
we'll do it on the
let's
next
wish
show.
Haley a happy birthday again, who called
Yeah.
in
Happy
earlier.
birthday, Haley. Yeah. Is that it right here? John Squires, thank you so much for the 10X knives, buddy, from Cutco.
This is so beautiful.
Dude, awesome. Appreciate it, John. Appreciate
and
you, man.
obviously sharp. Okay.
Tomorrow,
So,
Young
tomorrow,
Hustlers. Tomorrow,
go
Young
to-
Hustlers. Friday,
Okay.
Cardone Zone, 12 o'clock. What's his name?
Okay,
John
so
Sturlis.
we're gonna go to
John Squires or John Sturlis? John Squires. John Squires, okay? Hey,
Tell me about mastering objections,
Saturday.
please. Thank you.
Okay, you guys got 72 hours left to pull the trigger. It's $49. It's a 2-hour webcast, live seminar. We're gonna stream it to your phone or your computer.
2 hours
All you
really
got to
means
do,
4 or 5.
you got to log in for 1 minute. If you're not available all day long, no problem. If you're not available for the full 2 hours, no problem. If you're with a customer, no problem. You need to log in for 1 minute. Okay, at 11 a.m. log in, sign in, and then I'm going to give you access to watch that 3 times,
Over and
30
over
times,
and
300
over
times. You
again.
can share it with your staff if you want to. It's $49. As soon as the event starts, okay, it's going to go to $500.
Ooh, tough. You're tough.
Between now and the next 72 hours, I'm going to send you Mastering Objections, your access to the seminar. I'm going to send you 15 videos as a bonus. I'm going to send you the play-by-play breakdown of a call that I did that was a $60,000 sale, and I'm going to send you a 200, not 125-page rebuttal book, 200-page rebuttal book. I guarantee people have already told me, dude, I closed a $100,000 deal with this little rebuttal book. So make time. Don't make excuses. Okay, it's $49. Then
Invest
it goes
in
to
yourself,
$500.
okay? That's the greatest investment I believe a person can make.
Warren Buffett said, the way to remove the risk of the marketplace, the way to make your risk in the marketplace zero is to increase how much you know about the marketplace. Okay, Warren said it, do it. I'll be with you on Saturday. Don't miss this. Okay, you got 71 hours starting right now. Do it now. Don't do it later. Miss E, give her a big hand. Give her a lot of love.
I love you
if you got any
guys.
questions for the E, let her know. Let her know. My name's Grant Cardone. This is Elena Cardone. She loves Instagram. Follow her there. God bless. Be great.
There's only 3 days left to register for MasteringObjections.com with Grant Cardone. Handle every objection, become a master closer, and know how to close the deal. Sign up right now at MasteringObjections.com. That's MasteringObjections.com.